This is how prepared I am for ice fishing right now. There's our Markhams. There's our otter house for this year, not put together. There's our heater. As you can see, nothing is ready. Nothing is even close to being ready to go. It is late November 24th and nothing's ready. So we're planning on ice fishing tomorrow though. So we have a lot of work to do tonight. Put all of our electronics together, rig all the rods, put our house together, charge up all the camera gear. It's been about a month since we've even touched any camera gear and whatnot. So we have a lot of stuff to do. We're gonna go chase panfish tomorrow, local Duluth lake. A lot of lakes around here are frozen. Not your big ones, but smaller ones, and they do have 3, 4, 5 inches of ice. So we're gonna walk out. We have a lake in mind. Hopefully the panfish are gonna bite, and hopefully we're gonna get all our gear put together here. So we have a solid couple hours of work to do here. We're gonna put the cameras down. We'll check in with you in the morning. Here we are. We are following Busker down a very bumpy dirt road. Busker is going to be the co-host for today, and we are in the Duluth area fishing for panfish. It's our first trip out for the year. We are pretty stoked. It's cold today, it's windy today, but sometimes you just can't pick and choose the days that you want to fish. So we're going to head out here. We threw all our gear in. It was kind of a cluster, especially being the first trip out for the year, but the advancements in technology nowadays make it pretty easy on you. For instance, our Strike Master lithium 40 volt, we literally just threw it in the truck. We didn't have to charge it. The battery was still good from last year. Our Markham lithium shuttle still had 90% from last year. We didn't have to charge that. So we just put our Markham together, threw it in the truck. So it makes it very, very easy and hassle-free. So it looks like we're here. We're gonna see where Busker took us. We here? How far of a walk?
I don't know, probably about a little less than a mile, I'd say.
A mile walk, so we're gonna get our morning exercise in here too.
Oh yeah.
For into the wind.
Oof.
Into the wind, a mile walk. Let's go. That right there is the good luck snowman. A lot of this is shallower. We're in a deep hole right here, eh?
Yep.
Okay, so 22 feet. Early season like this, a lot of times you want to just focus on the deepest parts of the lake, and kind of all these fish kind of group up over this deep water. So as the winter progresses, you'll keep moving shallower, but right now you want to be deep. So again, let the advancements in technology make your life easier. I haven't charged this auger since last year, full bars. The battery will retain power throughout the whole summer. So last night I didn't have to mess around with my gas augers, making sure I had gas, making sure they ran. You simply throw this in your truck and you're good to go. So it's as easy as that. It makes your life a lot more simple. Same with the lithium pack from Markham. I mean, it's just, you're not dealing with a lead acid battery. Again, I didn't charge that since last year either, and it has 80–90% on it. We're good to fish out here all day long, and you can get out here with minimal work. So okay, we got our holes drilled. We're gonna grab our Markham, ensure we're in the hole that our GPS shows, but I think we're here. So just grab our lithium LX9. I was hoping that we'd be able to use some underwater camera stuff today, but this lake is a little more stained, but We'll let this boot up. Again, once we find that deep hole, and if we're marking fish, we're gonna set up the pop-up just because it is windy and chilly out here today. But let's get this down there and see if we have any fish. Turn our range on auto, 24 feet. Again, we haven't used this Markham since last year, so that's how simple it is to use. Literally put it on auto range. It finds your depth for you. We're in 22 feet, which is the deepest hole in this lake, and we're fishing. And we can already graph a couple fish on bottom. There's one up about a foot. We know we're in a good area, but again, that's just how easy these electronics and technology is to use nowadays. I'm not sitting here messing around with settings for 45 minutes before I'm fishing. I literally turned it on auto range. It found my depth. Our sensitivity is good, and we're fishing. So I think we're gonna maybe fish outside for 5 minutes, ensure that there's a couple active fish here, and set up our hub house. But it's a beautiful winter day.
Grant's using plastic and tungsten. I'm gonna throw a little meat on there. Sometimes early season that helps out a lot when you put just an extra little scent on there for him. And then when you miss one, you can always leave that down there and you can probably catch another one. So it works pretty good, that one. Feel very big. Nice target. That's a good one. Nice crappie to start, huh? Grant tried it with a little, no meat. Put a meat on it, came out right away. Cool. Still more down there too. Got the tungsten jig here with a tipped with a minnow. Get you down there a lot faster in this deeper water. Helps out a lot. Get you right back in the group of fish that are down there. The minnow fell off. I put another minnow on and just absolutely crushed it. Another nice crappie. They're 10-incher or so, 10 1/4. Perfect eaters if you're keeping them. Good stuff there.
Busker's plucked off 2 back to back in about 30 seconds. We know there's fish here. We know they're active. To get out of this wind, we're a little soft because we're not used to this cold yet. So it is frigid. It's about 5 degrees with a 10-mile-an-hour wind. So we're gonna set up the otter hub house. So what we've done is we've used an otter cabin flip over shelter to haul all their gear, but you can also pack a hub house in there. Your hub is gonna give you just a lot more room to move and operate. So especially with camera gear, that hub house is the way to go, and it's what we prefer. So we haul that out inside our otter flip over. All their gear is nice and secure. So we're gonna set that up and get warm and get on these fish. I didn't even have to wait to feel for that one. Ooh, not a bad crappie. There's a lot of them down there, but my jig was about 4 fish up, and this guy comes screaming up from below those and just thunked it. Not a bad fish. Get him back, but there's a lot more down there, and this is just a little tungsten jig and a piece of plastic on there. So we have minnows as well. Busker's been using a couple of them, getting fish to go on those. I prefer this simple plastic. It's just easier to fish, less messing around, but it's always nice to have a backup like some live bait. So there's a lot of fish down there right now. Again, 22 feet of water. It's kind of a patience game every now and then. These fish kind of just make big circles around. But they're in here right now. Bam. I felt that and I visually saw it. That fish hit good. Not all of them are hitting that good though. There we go. That's a nice crappie. This is the CCI rod, new from St. Croix this ice season. It's a CI 28 MLXF, and it's doing work on these crappies. That's a nice fish when you get it back. But this is a visual bite rod. It's the Tungsten Tamer is the name of it, and it's a visual rod. It's got tons of backbone. It's super lightweight, super agile. It feels great in your hand. But what's most special about this rod is it's thin diameter. It's extremely sensitive. And it's a visual rod, so it specializes with tungsten jigs. Your tungsten's going to weight the rod tip down just a little bit, and you're going to even be able to see those up bites with the jig. So you see fish coming up on your graph, transfer your eyes from your graph to your rod tip and wait to visually see that bite. So that's what's working for us. That fish, I even felt it too because he hit us pretty good, but it's a visual rod, Tungsten Tamer from CCI. Check it out.
Jeez, there's so many fish down there. You get those school littler ones, and then you get a school nice ones like that come in. Just gotta work your way through them. At the top of the mouth, barely hooked. They're a nice fish.
Here he comes. Done. It's almost not even fair. I mean, a rod like this is so imperative on a day like today. You're able to visually see bites on fish this big. That thing is tiny, but with a rod tip like this, you can watch that bite happen. We have cold weather and high winds outside. It's making these fish a little more funky. I mean, maybe 10% of our fish are coming up and really pounding it, but a lot of the other fish, it's a subtle bite, and there's some small ones mixed in. So if you're using a big, heavy rod that's not specialized for panfish, you're gonna miss a lot of these fish that we're catching right now. So check out the Tungsten Tamer from CCI. It's going to put a lot more fish on the ice for you, especially on days like today when they're a little more tough to go. We're hoping for some bigger ones to come through. They're down there. It's just a patience game, waiting for them to make their circle and come back around. This guy's going to go. There it is. That's the nice part about just using plastics too, is I don't have to rebait. This one's about as small as that other one. Even smaller. Look at that. We're seeing the bite on these fish. You don't want to catch those fish, but hey, whatever. It's early ice and we're having fun, but that's just a testament to how sensitive this rod is. It's incredible. He's fighting. I can't tell what it is yet, if it's a crappie or a bluegill. That's a huge bluegill. Wow. Look at that gill. That's a good gill. I barely have him hooked too. Woo! That's a bulldog right there. Look at that. That's a nice solid fish. The Tungsten Tamer, plenty of backbone to handle big gills like this. Put all the sensitivity in the world and you're going to visually see those bites. Look at that bluegill. That's a cool fish. That's awesome. Look at that fish.